On the 12th day of quarantine, my true love gave to me. You bitch. Guys, I'm Robin Graves. This is the world according to Graves. Sorry for the little bit of humor here. Yeah, I know a lot of you are going to say it's uncalled for, but you see, you got to understand something. The kind of life I have and how I deal with everything. I have to have a sense of humor just to survive. But this is the world according to Graves, and I want to start this off, little sippage. Back to Pepsi products because I trust them. There we go, a little Diet Mountainous douche. Refreshing. I want to say hello to one of our family out there. I want you guys to take a look at Glore Rods. Jacob Glore is doing some amazing things with fishing rods, custom made. Um, he and I have spoken. We've been friends for a long time. He's got his own business going now, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to help him out. I'm going to mention him here time to time on the show. Go see Glore Rods on Facebook. He is actually working on another website, more detailed for ordering. Tell him, you go to Glore Rods on Facebook. Tell him Robin sent you. He'll treat you good. Okay. Um, First off, I want to say something. I don't have a movie here to show anybody. I've got a little more stuff to do than be doing movie reviews for a couple more shows. Um, I would like to thank China for trying to cover up the whole COVID-19 thing they're doing. That happened over there. It started there. They tried to cover it up. They didn't want us to know anything about it. Wouldn't let the WHO go on the ground. They were covering up everything, and the way they treated their people was downright criminal. I'd like to take the people for ignoring the situation out here, in this country right now. If you read my wife's post, some of you who are friends of hers, this weekend we had a family down just a few houses down the street, across the street from us, threw a massive birthday party for their son. This went on for 2 days. We're talking their front yard is filled with cars, and all these people running around throwing a screaming fit because, oh, you can't gather in more than 10 people. Cat in the background, it's an asshole. More than 10 people. That's against our rights. That's a civil rights violation. What rights? What rights is it violating? The only right I see violating is the fact that you're trying to spread this mess and cause people like me to catch it. I'm not going to put up with your bullshit. There's some of us that don't want to be sick, some of us who can't afford to be. Personally, with the underlying morbidity that I have, if I catch this, it's almost certainly a death sentence. Okay? There are elderly people out there that if they catch it, it's over with for them. Check what the deaths are. Look what the majority of the deaths are. Okay? Now, you feminists out there really should be pretty happy about this because it's more men are dying than women. So I guess you feminists have a hard on for this. Good for you. Whatever. Don't spread it to me. Be courteous to each other, people. Don't go expose yourself and then go around a bunch of people and spreading this. We're having a hard enough time as it is. And some of the people out there are talking about how this is all bullshit. This is a hoax. Well, go talk to the 80,000 plus people here in Atlanta that have this. Okay? Then you go tell, let's see you go and tell them it's a hoax. That it's not real. So I want to also thank the media for creating a panic in this country. We are having a hard enough time without the media going and creating a panic just for ratings. And their selling out to their special interest groups, Democrat Party, to screw everything up, destroy our economy. If it weren't for the media spreading the bullshit they're spreading, yeah, I'm talking to you, CNN, going and using Sean Penn as one of your experts. Maybe a lot of our businesses wouldn't be going under. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't be laid off and unemployed at the moment, temporarily because of this. Maybe our stock market wouldn't have been taking such a hit, after the hit it took due to Chinese companies not being able to produce anything. And I want to thank our politicians. My God, what are you people up to? What are you doing? This is the third day in a row the Democrats have try to block this, throwing in all of their bullshit, you know, that they're wanting to throw in all their wish fulfillment stuff. And then Nancy Pelosi flying in on her broomstick from San Francisco for an extended vacation with her own stimulus deal, 1,200 pages of bullshit. I mean, we're talking. Hold on, let me see. You know, it seems the Dems have stalled the corona stimulus for 3 days now. 3 days. At the time I wrote these notes, it was 2 days. It's 3 days as of today. They want money for Planned Parenthood. Thank you, Nancy. That was in your plan. 1,200 pages that nobody's going to be able to go through and read before they voted on it. Nancy, this is a lot like 2009 with Obamacare. We have to pass it to see what's in it. I remember that, and if nobody else out there remembers that, you've got a memory of a rock. You know, the partisan politics that was crippling the response to this virus. You know, they're using it to create political chaos. Hoping to destroy the economy and blame Trump for it. Well, you're doing it out in the open. We all see what you're doing. You're sitting there, talking about how this whole thing is to help businesses, not people. Wrong. Let me explain something to you. This is destroying the economy that Trump improved. They are so anti-Trump, they will destroy the country just to make Trump look bad. And they're not making Trump look bad. They're making him look good because they're making him look bad themselves. We said you're throwing a fit about it's helping businesses. Yes, it is. And there's a reason it's helping businesses. Right now, there are people laid off. There are people out of work right now because they're non-essential. It's a non-essential business. You know, it's and you're throwing a fit because these businesses are being helped. You know, these low interest loans to these businesses when everything starts coming back into normality again. Well, you know, if we don't help these businesses, they're not making any money. They're going to close their doors for good, which causes rampant unemployment. Right now, you wouldn't believe the percentage of the people that are unemployed. I've checked. I can't get an accurate number. There's too many numbers, but none of them are below 40%. None of them. They're saying, well, that's not half the people. No, but it's bad enough. Any percentage of unemployment is bad. And 40% right now is the lowest number I've seen. Yeah, let's thank the people on the left right now, on the left side of the aisle, for causing this to keep going on because they want to keep throwing in their little pet projects. You know, let me change my pages here. I've got notes. I don't have a script. I just got notes. The Dems are too busy prioritizing their wish list, their Disney wish list, over the American people. The $1,200 that taxpayers are getting from Trump to help them through the hard times, we're not getting it now because so far it's supposed to come out in the beginning of next month. The first one is supposed to come out for the middle of next month, and the second part of it is to come out to people the month after. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, they put their special interests over the American people. You know, the people that voted them into office to work for them to begin with. Now, I don't understand why. You know, I can see where politicians don't really care about us. They're getting paid anyway. They're considered an essential business, no matter how useless they are. I mean, to me, it looks like a lot of these politicians created jobs for themselves and made it where they have to have that job, and we have to pay them to do jack and shit. You know, some of the things in their wish list are. Let me read just a couple of things here. Tax credits for solar and wind energy over the American people. Getting help that they need. Tax credit. Provisions for employers to give special new treatment to big labor, i.e., unions. Yeah, I guess if you're a union member, you get help. Not everybody's a union member. Not everybody wants to be a part of a union. Excuse me, a little sippage here. I don't have coronavirus, folks. I have allergy problems, and this is the time of year. Yesterday, the allergy, the pollen index is 2,200. I'm afraid to see what it's going to be today. Later this week, I'm expecting clouds of tree spooge pollen walking down the street, mugging people. This is the South for you. Georgia pine hasn't let off its pollen yet, and that's when it gets scary. They want new emission standards for airlines, and they're using the excuse that, well, people don't want lung problems. We need new emissions. This is not the time or place. You know, screw helping the American people. Let's do our special interest here. And I don't hear this bullshit that, well, Trump's only in it for the big business. No, because a lot of this money was supposed to go and help the small person, the regular people, you and me, the workers, and small business, which is a large percentage of this country that employs people like you and me. Jesus. And then we have Nancy Pelosi jetting, coming up on her extended vacation with a list of silly demands attacking Trump over Obamacare. She's using this as never let a tragedy not be politicized. That's the Democrat thing. They've said that over and over. And the panic in this country right now, due to the media and due to special interests, i.e. Democrats, and the actual disease itself, the virus, yeah, it's not that many people have it. And we want to keep it that way. And they're using all of this against everybody to get special treatment. The stimulus package. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you right off the cuff. No, it's not perfect. No, it's far from perfect. But we don't have time to hone this for 6 months and haggle over it and have everybody running their mouths off about how unfair it is to them because it doesn't help their special interests. Their little issues. Like save the bug in North Carolina and all this other bullshit. It's attaching things like like a law making corporate boards more have more women, and the new Green Deal issues, on their pet projects, on their liberal wish list isn't what the stimulus is about. This is about helping the American people. Quit filling it with your bullshit. Quit filling it with pork. This is supposed to be a straightforward. Let's do this. Let's help the American people now, not 6 months from now when they're not going to need the help, and we can't afford the help anyway. So far businesses have gone out of their way to help the workers. My wife's company is letting her work from home. Everybody not work from home. Till further notice because of this. People are deathly afraid right now. People are very scared. We're looking at this. We're looking at history. This is every 100 years, it seems, something like this happens. People say, well, this is like 9/11. No, it's not. No, it's not like 9/11. We have more pushback than we did back in with 9/11. We can't shoot this virus. We can't go to war with this virus. There's no keep inside of borders. There's always somebody's going to have it and try to spread it around thinking that they're immune to it. I am so sick of hearing people say, well, I'm immune to it. No, you're not immune to it until you've already had it. We've this stimulus that the Democrats are trying to stop. Every opportunity they have, they're trying to block it, trying to argue, trying to nitpick and everything. It's not perfect. Does it have to be perfect? No. We're not at a time for luxury. We can't afford luxury. We don't have time for luxury. Firefighters don't worry about whether or not, the water they're using is mineral water or tap water. They just point a hose and use what water is available on the fire to put it out. So far, I've seen very few politicians, the people we voted into office to serve our interests, to serve the American people, doing their jobs. We've always got a bunch trying to, using this as a way to help their special interests. I am sick of special interests. Whatever happened to the American people? Special interests. Let me explain special interests to you a little bit. These are fringe elements with a lot of money. They say that the Republicans are all about money. Well, so are the Democrats. They're making just as much as money being whatever bullshit position they're in to make the same amount of money as the person over here that's trying to do their job. Special interests will pay politicians, lobby politicians. Lobbying should be illegal. I believe lobbying should be illegal. The special interests are paying the media, lobbying politicians, paying and bribing politicians to get their way. And if they don't get their way, they throw a screaming fit. And they make you think that a majority of the people want what they want. No, they are small fringe elements who are relatively small, but they have the money. And right now, these fringe elements are paying off Democrats to fight for them to get their way. Don't tell me the Republicans are all about money. There are as many rich Democrats as there are rich Republicans. To me, 90% of politicians aren't worth the shit that they're full of. It's not going to be the virus that kills this country. It's going to be our own politicians, and they're bickering and they're arguing, and them not living in their little bubble and not seeing the world for what it is, not seeing the world that we have to live in every day. I don't know one politician that sees the world that we live in every day. They've got this assumption that if they could afford something, so can we. They've got this assumption that if there's $1 to spend on some program, they're going to spend $2. I'm just a little fed up with the whole thing. I'm sick of seeing how these people are treating their voters. So far in 3 years, what have the Democrats done? What have they done since 2016? What have they done for the American people? Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Show me one thing they've done. One thing that's mattered. I dare anybody. Show me your proof also. Because a lot of you are going to make up some stupid shit that you read on some CNN website. God. So, lastly, before we leave, I do want to discuss something. I want to see how much we should panic with the total deaths by the first 2 months of 2020. How bad should we panic about this? The common cold in the first 2 months of 2020 killed 69,602 people. Malaria killed 140,584 people. Suicide, 153,696. Road accidents, car wrecks, being hit by a car, etc. 193,479. This is worldwide. HIV, which I have a special interest in, honestly, because a friend of mine in high school, Charles Cantwell, he and I were very good friends. We had some misunderstandings, but we were still friends. Died from HIV. He was also an AIDS activist. He had been on Oprah Winfrey. He had been on national TV several times. He passed away from HIV, or HIV-related illness. I have a special interest in this. HIV has killed 240,950 people the first 2 months of this year. Alcohol-related deaths. This also includes, drunk drivers and stuff like that. I'm very against drunk driving. I don't drink. I can't with the health problems. Even before the health problems, I had not had a drop since the health problems started. The heart problems were diagnosed in 2016. I had not had a drink since 2014. Before that, 2013. I've been totally sober for 7 years, and believe me, I was hitting the sauce pretty good. I have lost friends to drunk driving. There was a drunk driver here on my street just a couple of months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. They killed a 17-year-old boy down here. He was the drunk driver was in his Mercedes driving down the road at 99 miles an hour. They actually found the speed on the computer of the car of how fast he was going. He was drunk, hit a car down the street, split it in half, killed a 17-year-old kid in the back seat. I don't deal with drunk drivers very well. But alcohol-related deaths. This includes due to alcoholism, stopping breathing while you're drunk, everything. 358,471 the first 2 months of this year worldwide. Smoking related. This includes everything involved with this, which I would need to take a look at because I smoke. I'm kind of a little hypocritical here with this because I smoke cigarettes anyway. Smoking related deaths 716,498. Cancer is very dear to me. My grandfather died of cancer. My father died of cancer. My aunt died of cancer. I've had friends who died of cancer. Cancer is a killer. But the cancer related deaths for 2020, the first 2 months of 2020, were 1,177,141. How many deaths do you think there were with the coronavirus? How many? Take a wild ass guess. Worldwide, the first 2 months of this year. This includes China, Europe, Asia, wherever it was in Asia, here in America. This number is surprising, very surprising. So let's take a look at the common cold again. 69,602 deaths worldwide the first 2 months of this year. The first 2 months of this year, the coronavirus, 2,360 deaths. First 2 months of this year. I don't have updated how many from February to now. I will be getting those numbers very soon. I spent some time trying to get these numbers yesterday and today. In fact, I had a doctor, two doctors, tell me the exact numbers for the coronavirus deaths, and I had to find from another person and do some research for the rest. These deaths, the common cold, malaria, suicide, road accidents, HIV, alcohol-related deaths, smoking-related deaths, and cancer, is by far not the end-all of the amount of deaths that are more than the coronavirus. What is bothering me about the coronavirus is not just the fact that it is attacking people lethally, the underlying morbidities right now. I have heart disease, I have heart problems, I have type 2 diabetes and Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, which comes into, which actually has created an autoimmune problem. I'm on all kinds of medication for all of this. And the whole thing with coronavirus scares me. Here in the Atlanta area, like I said, 8,000 people have it. You're saying, well, that's just a drop in the bucket of 3.5 million people here. Yeah, but it's still there and I can still catch it. The R naught factor is 4, which is 3 times what the flu is. But the lethality rate's 2%, but I'm in that 2%. Well, excuse me. Here in the Atlanta area, it's the CDC has ascertained it's actually 1.31%. And everything. This comes from a person from the CDC yesterday that I spoke to. So, a lot of these websites are inflating it. The news likes to inflate things just to scare you because you'll pay attention to them for ratings and everything. I'm not just talking about CNN and MSNBC. I'm also talking about Fox News doing the same thing for ratings. What you're doing is reprehensible, folks. Stop it. It's not needed. We're having enough time. Cat's being an asshole in the window. On the bed now. If you can see, yeah, there she is. Yep, she's an asshole. Trust me, I know. I've had her since she was 6 weeks old. She's been an asshole the whole time. But I mean, those of you out there saying this is a hoax, it's not a hoax. Okay, it's literal fear of this thing, all because of the media. I do believe wholeheartedly, and I'll pose this question on some social media, that if this was not lethally attacking people over 60, would our career politicians in Washington care? I don't believe they would. Ebola, they didn't care about. SARS, they weren't worried. Other things they weren't worried about. But this, anybody who catches it's over 60, the lethality rate jumps very high. That's why they're throwing a fit about this, because our career politicians are over 60. The ones who have a lot of the base power, the ones who out there think they control everything. So that's why they're throwing a fit about this, to make it scary and paying, as a special interest. We did cover this. I keep saying this. We covered this in a previous episode about how the news is bought and paid for. Why do you think they're house organs for the Democrat Party? They've been paid by the Democrat Party to hype this up. Now you're saying, well, Robin, you're wearing a tinfoil hat on that. No, I don't subscribe to Neon Nettle. In fact, some of the news I've been watching was reported on Neon Nettle beforehand, and it seems now that a lot of the news, like CNN and MSNBC and even Fox and our local network news, are reporting things they've read on Reddit. I don't do Reddit. Reddit is, if you subscribe to Reddit and think what they say is true, boy, are you misled. Holy Jesus. And it seems that Drudge Report is being the same way. Reporting all of this news that is negative and making us, scared to death. 500,000 people are going to die in this country. With the percentage of people who are dying compared to the percentage of people who are catching this and recovering, that's impossible. Do the math. There is no way. But anyway, guys, I wanted to get this out to you. I wanted to talk to you guys about this, and I'll probably see you Thursday. I'm hoping to see you Thursday. I'm about 4 shows behind right now on ideas that are being given to me. I want to thank the 2 new subscribers out there. You guys are great. The rest of you subscribers, love you all. You guys are like family to me. You're my social network, pretty much. You're my social circle. I love every fan I have. If you have anything to say, you want to give me an idea, you want to argue with me, you want to comment on this, please do. I don't have a problem with that. Just be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you probably Thursday, maybe Friday. I've got to work on a few things. Got some things coming up that I can't get out of. But you guys be sure to take care of each other. Be good to one another. Think of one another. And talk hard. My name's Robin Graves. This has been The World According to Graves. I'll catch you later.